as we know, our current issue is online classes. So based on that, we have to going to discuss on why we have chosen this topic as our project.
According to me, one of the implications of online learning is that there's high chances where substandard graduates are produced.
When government suddenly announced that students have to join online classes, many students from our poor background faced frustration. This is where they don't own a device or a proper coverage feel which makes them feel hatred towards education.
Another implication of online learning is that students not being a hands-on person. Hands-on meaning students gain by actually doing something rather than learning about it from books, lectures, etc. In other words, involving or allowing the use of your hands or touching with your hands. We should actively and personally involve in something. For example, especially engineering students should get themselves to the ground.
Young learners are more often to face problems like need to spend more time on concentrating and focusing to support their children to learn and master their subjects.
As the last speaker, I'm going to provide some interesting news that related on our topic, which is online classes. So I would present this news as a great example for that check app issue. This screenshot is I received from my lecturer for the last semester on the dishonesty that occurred during our last examination. So we may add this or refer this example in our project, and followed by the Sabah girl stays in tree to get internet connection. And this news would be the best example also for the network issue, followed by the last news that also related on the network issue, where teacher helps student to mark their exercise by traveling to their home and staying at in front of their home to mark those exercise and also homework. So I would say these are the example to our project. We may refer it for our future projects. So I think that's all for the discussion today.
Hi guys, welcome back to the second video recording session of Soft Skill Project. Nice to see you all again.
I'm going to present on the main problems that been facing by the student in online classes problems. First of all, the internet problem. Based on this journal, the findings indicated that the majority of the students are not ready for online learning as the main challenge faced by the low internet access. It is usually the speed of the connection that is limiting factor here. Second problem is the worry on online learning, where we as students might have experienced it too. The study that conducted in this journal that we referred before has pointed out this statement from a student saying that even in class, it's difficult to understand one subject at a time. What more if it is conducted online and I'm a slow learner? This is a statement by a student in this journal study. So this clearly highlights the real challenge facing by the student. Apart from worrying, the non-conducive learning environment also listed as the main problem of this online issue. The restlessness over a non-conducive environment which prevents students from engaging in an online learning session. Most of the students come from low-income family background. They live in a small house with small siblings, whereby some do not have their own rooms or private space for an online learning space.
So firstly, what's online class? Online learning has its origin in what was traditionally known as distance education. Today, many providers of distance education have become fully online or known as remote learning, where all teaching and learning materials are made available to students online. Okay, next information is the announcement of Movement Control Order, MCO in Malaysia. Okay, in March 2020, the world was shaken by the declaration of COVID-19 as a global pandemic by the World Health Organization, as the infectious disease rapidly spread out outside China, infecting and claiming millions of lives. Countries including Malaysia have taken up decisive actions to mitigate the spread of virus to a full-blown pandemic, and resulting in schools and universities shutting across the world, forcing people to stay home. This pandemic has suddenly transformed the landscape of learning and teaching around the world.
Early precautions have been taken by allowing all public universities to have their own autonomy in exercising remote online learning to contain the spread. All academicians and institutions are now challenged with minimizing the impact on students.
The majority of the participants, 79.3%, indicated that they might face internet problems, either low internet speed or no Wi-Fi connections at all. More importantly, 8.1% of the participants stated that they are worried on the effectiveness of the online learning method. And other participants stated that about 8.8% pointed out non-conducive learning environment as their main concerns in the hindrance of online learning.
For conclusion, in our discussion, we focused mainly about three main problems. They are internet problem, wording on online learning, and non-conductive learning environment. Internet problem is due to spread of students in numerous locations, leads to connection, establishment, and sense of community within the class. This problem can be overcome by checking the internet speed before entering class, or even institute management can prepare internet services for students who are not affordable to set internet system in-house.
Evening, everybody. So today in this session, we would like to identify the solution by understanding the literature review.
Okay. Online education have changed the components of teaching and learning in all level of education system. So I'm here to give the solution to instructor-related issues. Generally, instructors are responsible for preparing and planning materials for online courses. The materials cannot simply be copied from a face-to-face to an online setting. According to a journal of Kohler, Mishra, Hershey, and Persuki, which was published in 2004, they encouraged instructors to take content, pedagogy, and technology into account when designing online courses, which raised the interest of students.
I think we must utilizing friendly learning tools. It is very important to consider the convenience of learning tools that fit the learning environment because students will benefit from the learning process when they are able to find and process information, also respond to their understanding.
So the solution that I'm going to propose is ensuring a good internet connection as one of the solution. So as we have discussed in our previous meeting using the journal title Online Learning Challenges During Pandemic COVID-19 in Malaysia, they have stated that the major level problems in Malaysia is the internet accessibility among students, especially who live in remote areas. That is why I plan to present this solution actually. And as we know, underprivileged students will face difficulties to have online discussion among lecturers and friends. And also, they might face difficulties when it comes to download online learning resources. This requires the network infrastructure to be upgraded, like building the net towers at rural areas.
So online learners should set up a workspace that will encourage focus and diminish distractions. In a nutshell, having a good time management skill can be a solution for problems faced by students learning through online classes due to COVID-19 pandemic.
Good time management allows you to accomplish bigger results in a shorter period of time, which leads to more time freedom, help you to focus better, allows you to be more productive, lowers your stress, and gives you more time to spend with the people that matter the most. So that's all my opinion on Dinesh's point. So I think everybody have come up the different solutions.
Guys, welcome back to the fourth video recording section of Soft Skill Project. Nice to see you all again. Alright, today we are here to discuss about the best solution for problems faced by students in online classes during COVID-19 pandemic. Government should provide free mobile data plans with high-speed unlimited internet data, 5G network, onwards for students who are pursuing their studies at colleges and universities throughout online learning due to this COVID-19 pandemic.
Solution that Dinesh suggested, which is government should provide free mobile data plans. This will be very helpful for students, especially from B40 category and those parents who can't afford to pay for Wi-Fi for their children to attend online classes. So this will be very helpful for most of them.
So that's all.
I would like to talk about the role of policymakers concerned with ICTs and education. Policymakers have one of the role to develop the vision of future which enables the technology to benefit both students and national development. They can work together to develop that vision and to design policies that integrate ICTs in national strategies for sustainable development, including critical development sectors like education.
I would like to add this measure into our best solution. It is to enhance infrastructure development at particularly at the rural areas. I'm sure that you will be once I said this, you will be relating it with the network and towers now. And yes, it's going to be about the telecommunication towers. Okay, let me refer some source here. The name of the source where it's called based on the National Fiberization and Connectivity Plan, also known as NFCP. Yes, they're building and improving national digital infrastructure, especially in rural areas, using the Universal Service Provision USP fund. So the role of government that can be played here is to improve the infrastructure approvals process, especially for new development towers and sites like they developing at the Sabah right now.
I would say we can enhance the broadband access because a lack of access is the first and foremost among these. Access to the internet with sufficient bandwidth is essential for the development of an information society because lack of broadband connectivity is preventing widespread use of internet in education and other areas of life in many countries.
So, in conclusion, each speaker has given out their good ideas and solution to improvise internet connection for students in online learning, where speaker one, which is myself, has mentioned that government should provide free unlimited internet data and free devices, especially for B40 category students. Speaker two, Elamadi, has mentioned that the role of policymakers in the internet for education. Speaker 3, Jyothisri, has mentioned enhancing infrastructure development at rural areas. Speaker 4, Gunaraj, has mentioned that enhancing broadband access. And finally, Speaker 5, Isaac, has mentioned earlier about the role of telecommunication companies in providing affordable internet plans. Therefore, government and responsible authorities should take initiative to improvise internet connection for students in online learning so that they don't face any problems in online learning during online classes and everything. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys for joining.
Thank you.